Kazakhstan will send additional planes to China to evacuate its citizens. There are some Kazakhs who remain in the epicenter of the deadly coronavirus. Stay tuned for more details. Kazakh Finance Minister proposed introduction of cloud accounting in state institutions in the country. Kazakh students can now learn math subject online. A new math website exceeded records of visitation. Kazakhstan will send another 2 planes to evacuate its citizens from China, reported the Foreign Ministry. Based on a statement, the planes will also fly 47 Chinese citizens who are in Kazakhstan, as well as the non-commercial cargo of the Chinese embassy in Kazakhstan to Beijing, upon the request by China. 719 Kazakh citizens remain at the epicenter of the disease. More than half of them expressed their readiness to be evacuated. Kazakhstan evacuated 83 of its citizens from China on February 2nd. 80 of them were students. The evacuees were placed in quarantine for 14 days. The death toll in China due to coronavirus outbreak has reached 908 people, while the number of confirmed cases rose over 40,000. Meanwhile, the threat of the spread of the coronavirus has increased in Europe. A British national who caught the virus in Singapore is believed to be linked to at least 7 other confirmed cases. The man traveled to Singapore and then on to a ski resort in France. The number of confirmed cases in France rose to 11. 60 new cases of coronavirus were confirmed on board Diamond Princess cruise ship that was docked in Japan to 130, according to a report by Interfax news agency. Carries 3,700 people on board and was put under quarantine following the confirmation of the first coronavirus case. Japan doctors had initially examined those with symptoms of the virus. However, they now plan to conduct checkups on all passengers and crew members. A British Airways aircraft had to abort its plan to land in the UK despite 2 unsuccessful attempts due to Storm Ciara. According to media reports, the strong winds did not allow the plane to land in its first attempt, causing it to try for the second attempt. The UK has delayed and cancelled more than 140 flights due to Storm Ciara. The Eurasian Economic Union countries are preparing a joint development strategy until 2025. The document will include measures to increase the competitiveness of national economies, import substitution, and facilitate promotion of Eurasian brands. Chairperson of the board of the Eurasian Economic Commission said that the strategy, in total, will allow to form the high technology and innovative Eurasian space and will stimulate business activities in the EAEU countries. Of course, we listen to the business community and we understand that there is a lot of dissatisfaction with the situation that exists today. We strive to harmonize issues in the common market of goods, services, finance, and labor. There are currently about 100 issues that provoke controversy and have not been currently agreed. This is a good third of all that have been included in the draft concept. We have set a goal to have the final document by March in order to present it to the heads of governments so that they could make the corresponding decision in April and report it to the heads of states in May.
Transport industry is one of the drivers of Kazakhstan's economic growth and has a huge potential for development. According to the government, the industry makes up 8.2% in Kazakhstan's GDP. Cabinet ministers announced that the industry growth rate was estimated at 5.1% by the end of 2019. The volume of transit goods through Kazakhstan exceeded 19 million tons last year. Meanwhile, the volume of goods by rail amounted to more than 17.5 million tons. In this case, the main target countries are the countries of Central Asia.
Kazakhstan plans to implement 387 large agricultural projects in the next 5 years. According to the Agricultural Ministry, special attention will be paid on the development of export potential of the projects. For example, several enterprises were established and launched in Akmola region in 2019, including a feedlot which was designed for 10,000 cattle in Zirende district. The enterprise will export the first batch of meat to Russia.
Ежегодно увеличивается рост.
There is an annual growth of livestock. Last year, 150 meat farms, which imports more than 10,000 breeding stock of cattle, were created. The workload of the meat packing facilities is estimated at over 77%. The operational load of dairy plants increased to about 70%. On top of the yearly increase in productivity growth and agricultural production, the workload on processing enterprises has increased as well.
Увеличивается и загрузка перерабатывающих предприятий.
Last year, the feed mill plant in the North Kazakhstan region exported more than 800 tons of products, worth 320 million tenge, to the United States. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the amount of processed products in the agro-industrial sector has increased by 20%. The facility produced more than 16,000 tons of starch and more than 4,000 tons of vegetable gelatin, which is higher than the amount of last year.
The Eurasian Jewelry Bureau will be established as part of the Astana International Financial Center, the spokespeople of Kazakhstan League of Jewelers reported. All the jewelry associations that operate on the territory of the Eurasian Economic Union may join the bureau. Jewelry manufacturers expect great prospects from the project. They say that to date the local manufacturers cover only 0.5% of the domestic market, and the rest of the jewelry is imported from Russia, Turkey, Armenia, and Kyrgyzstan. The local jewelers expect that such tendency will change soon and the amount of Kazakh jewelry presented on the domestic market will increase.
Kazakh Ministry of Finance has proposed to introduce cloud accounting in state institutions in Kazakhstan. Minister of Finance Alisher Navoi explained that the introduction of the new system will help to minimize the mistakes in the accounting of state bodies. It will also ensure an accurate planning of the state budget. The minister added that an information system will be created at first and will be tested. Following that, the cloud accounting system will be used in the institutions. Alisher Navoi said that introduction of electronic audit is also necessary for the complete exclusion of human factor in checking the implementation of the budget funds. One of the youngest members of the Presidential Youth Staff Reserve is a programmer from Almaty, Aibek Almukhametov. He created his own IT company at the age of 24 and implemented 60 projects. He develops high-tech services which can be used by manufacturers and at school, office and residences. One of his projects, a camera system designed to secure the safety of children at educational institutions and playgrounds, is in demand. The system can recognize people and provide necessary information about them. Aibek said that all of the educational institutions and playgrounds should be equipped with such cameras.
Наши камеры, они анализируют
Our cameras analyze the gender and age of a person. For example, the cameras record how often a person enters a school. We as a company do not identify a person. Our job is only to analyze. We compare the matrix, hash codes, and provide information to our clients.
заказчику, грубо говоря, уже информацию.
Another project developed by Aibek Almukhametov is related to tourism industry. He created a mobile application that provides information about the historical places in the country. Historical monuments in the region are installed with special QR codes whereby it can be scanned to reveal the information.
И появляется, скажем так, дедушка – это символ мудрости казахской, и он объясняет.
The project generated great interest among the Central Asian countries.
The first Kazakh language math website has exceeded records for visitation. The system has recorded more than 23,000 active users who spoke of the high quality of the content. The author of the website is a math teacher of Kızılorda Nazarbayev Intellectual School, Mukhtar Bigaydarov.
Бұл сайттың ерекшелігі саат, сет-кор, яғни бұрын келген емтихандарды.
The website has an advantage since I can prepare for exams, test about the level of my knowledge, doing various quizzes, and watch the video lessons of the best math teachers. I can do all of this without leaving my home. There are more than 600 math textbooks and video lessons, as well as new methods presented as a game on the website. The creator of the website said that he had spent more than 2 years to develop the project. The main goal of the website is to save teachers time and come up with an effective way of providing them with necessary teaching materials in Kazakh language. First, I developed the program for the in-class tests. However, teachers in other cities couldn't use it. We have managed to accomplish what we wanted. Today, thousands of teachers and students see the advantage of the website. The website offers additional useful tools such as a generator for dividing into groups, a calculator, a timer, and other sections and headings. The combination of didactic materials increases the cognitive interest of students. The project of Mukhtar Bigaydarov was recognized as the best at a Republican Teachers Educational Competition. All the commission experts turned out to be the active users of the online platform of Mukhtar Bigaydarov.
Uzbek embassy has paid a tribute to the memory of Alisher Navoi, a great poet and philosopher, by organizing a literary evening in conjunction with his 579th anniversary in the capital of Kazakhstan. Scholars and public figures from Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan read and discussed the works of the famous poet who fought for justice. He wrote over 30 major works, which includes poetry collections, poems, philosophical and scientific researches. Some of the works are included in the compulsory school curriculum in CIS countries.
Здесь студенты, учащиеся школы узбекской воскресной школы.
Students from the Zio Uzbek Sunday School talked about Alisher Navoi and read poems where the great poet wrote about how the society should treat people. The relations must be fraternal and neighborly. It is about the feelings of mutual understanding, mutual respect that should be inherent in every person. We try to educate our youth with these lessons so that the spirit of friendship, unity and mutual consent reign in each of them. We will be able to maintain and strengthen our unity in Kazakhstan and reach the highest achievements this way.
Единство и взаимного согласия царил в каждом человеке.
Kazakhstan will take part in the World Pencak Silat Championship in Malaysia in summer. This has been reported at the International Sports Festival in Tashkent, where athletes from Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkey, Malaysia, Indonesia and Russia held friendly matches and performances. The cultural part of the event included performances by Central Asian artists, including Kazakh singer Tamara Asar.
Индонезия мемлекетімен жаттықтырушылармен қазір
We plan to send our athletes to a training camp before the World Championship starts. There are 10 athletes in the team. We're discussing this issue.
құрама командасы 10 адамнан тұрады деп есептейміз. Қазір сол мәселесін талқылап жатырмыз.
Pencak Silat, хорошо, да, что у них отличие, что не бьют.
Pencak Silat is different. There are no punches in the face. It is a dynamic type of sports. The sports is being developed in Kazakhstan at a high level. It has joined the Asian Games and is planned to be included in the Olympic Games as well.
Здесь в азиатских играх ее хотят ввести на Олимпийские игры.
Pencak Silat is a type of martial arts practiced by the local people in Indonesia and Malaysia. To date, it is popular and practiced widely in more than 70 countries. The 92nd Academy Awards ceremony took place in Los Angeles, where the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced the winners of 24 Oscar nominations. The film Parasite won the Best Picture award and earned the prize in Best Original Screenplay and Best Foreign Language Film. Director of the film, Bong Joon-ho, won the Oscar for the Best Director. Meanwhile, Joaquin Phoenix won the Oscar for his acclaimed performance in Joker. The Best Actress Academy Award was awarded to Renee Zellweger. Moreover, Toy Story 4 won the Oscar in the Best Animated Feature nomination. The Oscar for the Best Visual Effect was awarded to the film 1917.